Hello and welcome. I haven't done any grinding in the past 24 hours. So, let's see how much they catch up to our power level. Well, they're a level like 44-ish, so... Yeah, they outlevel our demons, but they don't outlevel us specifically. They're catching up though. Okay, so we got money, Izuna, Tsuro, Kaido, Honda, Shoji. I'm gonna say money. This might be Remiel. Who knows? Oh, Gin. You find Gin speaking with Amana in the residential area.
I see. I understand what you desire. However, I cannot allow you to go to the summoning server.
Does this feel louder? I don't know, it feels a little louder to me. Now still 85. Okay. It's just me then.
Why not? I want to return Tokyo to the way it was. I can't do that if I can't access the server.
A noble goal, but your efforts will be ultimately futile. A normal human cannot possibly reach the server, even were you to stop it somehow.
Hello, both of you. Okay, hi Alyssa, hi Sora. Oh, and hi Schliff. Wow, it has been a while, Schliff. Jeez.
That would not eradicate the demons. Returning Tokyo to its original state is impossible.
By the way, alas, you've returned. Is this a misfortunate event?
It'll be enough to stop more demons from coming. I can deal with what's left of them.
You only have until tomorrow. You could not possibly do it in what little time remains.
No, it's not impossible.
You claim it is possible. Do you know of a specific way to do what you say?
Explain the details from the notes now you left behind and of the melody.
A melody? The demon summoning program uses a song?
Wait, she didn't know that? Well, yeah, I guess they weren't all knowing, but I feel like they'd at least keep up that facade.
Yeah, Naoya's notes talk about it. Let's see. Here, look at this part of the notes. SNDO2. Type, summon. Effect, high. SND10. Type, dispel. Effect, none. SND probably stands for sound, which means SNDO2 and SND10 are demon-controlling melodies. See, the chart has the sound type dispel along with summon and fuse. I read through Naoya's notes, and it seems that melody for dispel was never finished. If we manage to complete that and add the dispelling function to the server, we can make the server send away all the summoned demons in Tokyo.
I see. Well done. But what will you do if you fail to complete this dispelling melody?
Yeah, well, play it by ear. We'll either one. I don't know, I just kind of follow the dialogue flow. I think I'm still set on King of Bell, though. Again, I'm not fully set on killing God, but King of Bell, being Demon King sounds nice. Well, within the confines of this conversation, we'll change the server is the more appropriate answer, but given the grander scheme of I'm not fully sure if I'll go through with this, it might be better to say play it by ear. And we'll change the server. Explain the idea of changing the program to allow you control over all demons.
Please, tell us. We need to know where the summoning server is.
Ah, I see. You have truly considered what you ask for. Very well. I will tell you the path that will lead you to the server.
Really?
There is one final condition. What you seek will put the world in danger. I cannot tell you the way unless your plan's success is absolutely certain. Once you have found that certainty, I shall show you the way to the server. May his blessings be upon you all.
That's a good sign, right?
Yeah, mostly.
But how are you planning to make that melody you were talking about? If we can't do it by the time limit, we'll be dead no matter what, you know?
I think it'd be a bit more fitting to say we don't have to make it, but Yuzu might not pick up on what I mean by that.
We don't? What do you mean?
Ha! You're so slow, Yoo-hoo. Whose song did Now You use in the first place?
Aya's? Oh, you mean...
Now you've got it. Right, they're Aya's songs.
Yeah, so there's Nalia's plan, Atsuro's plan, Gin's plan, which two of those are pretty similar, though King of Bella's. You might get that along the way, honestly.
And Haru has Aya's sequencer, so...
That's right! If that sequencer can summon demons...
I totally forgot we have to go fight Belial at the end of the day. And it's in a concert hall, so we'll probably find Haru there.
Bingo! Chances are we'll find the songs mentioned in Naoya's notes inside the sequencer.
Yes! We did it! That's amazing, everyone!
Then that means we need to find Aya's sequencer. All right, I'll help look for Haru.
Alright, let's see. I still have to wonder if Naoya is a demon or not. Also, I guess what his true he might have lain his true motives bare, but it still feels like he's hiding something. And as long as that feeling's still there, I'm not sure if I should trust him completely. Also, we are out of events that I really want to tackle, so Shoji, Tsuro, Izuna, Do I try to persuade Kaido? I don't know. Alright, Shoji never really got a comp, did she? She's done well to stay alive this long. I guess I'll tackle Izuna then. Or do I? Yeah, but we aren't exactly on great terms with Kaido. I mean, we're not on bad terms with him either. I'd say it's fairly neutral, and I'm not quite sure how that'll go. Yeah, that was my vote, too. You find Izuna talking with a member of the Shomonkai. Izuna seems to be trying desperately to convince the believer of something.
But it is said that Master Belberith will save us.
Look around. Now's not the time to fall back on your dogma. I won't say a word to anyone about what you tell me. Please, believe me. I want to save you all. I want to save this entire country.
What about this entire world? Who am I kidding? I don't really care that much about the world except for the parts where I live in.
Do you promise you won't tell anyone that I helped you?
I swear it. Please, tell me. How did Amane defeat Jikoku without a comp?
That's... I am here.
The Maiden of Shomonkai. So you're Amane.
We haven't actually seen Amane much. It's mostly been Romeo.
You wish to know about me, correct? I will answer your questions.
I see. That'll help things go faster. 6 months ago, you defeated Jikoku and Asakusa. However, neither the summoning program nor the altered comps had been completed yet. How then did you defeat Jikoku?
I borrowed the power of Jezebel, who is Master Belberith's subordinate. Master Belberith is a higher being, revered by the Shomonkai. My father formed a contract with Master Belberith, who then sent Jezebel into me.
Ah, demon and angel.
I called to her and used that power to defeat Master Jikoku.
Jezebel. There's a demon inside you?
Indeed. Summoning a demon without the assistance of the program uses a vast amount of mental energy. After depleting my powers in summoning Jezebel, I fell unconscious for several days.
That is a fair point, Schliff.
Jezebel, who had been wounded in the battle, still recovers within me.
In other words, you're the only one that can use that power. We can't have the Shomonkai doing anything they please anymore. Demon tamers and altered comps are bad enough. If someone can summon demons with no comp, we can't let you live like this. I'm sorry, but you have to die here.
Your effort will be wasted. At your current state, you lack the power to defeat me. Even if you were somehow able to kill me, you would still not meet your objective.
What do you mean?
If I should fall, Jezebel will be released into this world. Are you prepared to fight me, and then deal with her once she is free of my body? Then if you will excuse us, please do not strain yourselves.
We're risking our lives too! I have to do this. I'll find a way to stop the Shomonkai. Somehow.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard.
Amani said that the demon inside her defeated Jikoku.
Yeah. I can't imagine what it would be like to have a demon inside me. Still, Jezebel, huh?
Yeah, another bell.
Yeah. And the demon the Shomonkai follow is Belberith, right? The founder made a contract with it, and as a result, Jezebel was sent into Amane? This whole Jezebel thing is confusing me. Huh? Yeah, Amane said that.
Wait, the demons with Bel in their names are fighting over who will be the next king. So why is Jezebel working for Belberith? Does this mean that not all the Bel demons are fighting each other? Or is it because Jezebel knows that Belberith is stronger than her?
Could be both. Also, it could be related to the actual position of Bell in the name. Like the earlier the name the Bell appears, then the higher in the rankings they are. I mean, that's a theory. A game theory.
We don't know that much yet. Well, it'll probably help if we remember those names.
I mean, Jezebel might have the help of Ramiel, but Amane's not qualified to take the throne of Bel, so... Yeah, I think without that restriction, maybe.
We have to focus on the fight with Belial at 1800 today.
Yeah, you're talking about the fire at Habia that was in the Laplace mail, right?
Right. No matter what we do, we should deal with that demon before looking into anything.
Who are you kidding? I can't believe you said that with a straight face. But thanks. I think I'm not as nervous now.
Who said I was kidding? But legit, at the rate that... I think I've seen this guy once before on like the 0th or the first day. I didn't talk to him then. Should probably talk to him now. Oh wait, is this the... This might be the demon in disguise as a human that we talked to before, but that might... All I can say for certain is this portrait's familiar, and it's been a while. Oh hey, Amane again. I don't think you need to self-censor. I know top chat censors you, but live chat shouldn't. Oh well, do what you think is best. But yeah, as far as fighting Belial goes, I feel like I'm getting less and less prepared as time goes on. Like yesterday, I think we ended the day very handily, but nowadays things are getting a bit tougher. Like we're losing demons. We aren't losing people yet, but we're losing demons. Could also be type matchups, honestly. Yeah, that came through. It was not censored on live chat. Oh.
My. Hello there.
Oh yeah, we have met this guy like once before.
What a coincidence that we'd meet here. Regardless, it seems that tomorrow may be the day we all say our goodbyes to the world. Long ago, at the beginning of everything, God took 7 days and nights creating the heavens, the earth, and everything in them. That's the same amount of time the world's been given for this test. Now, who wanted this ordeal to happen in the first place?
Arguably the Shomunkai, but you could also argue God, though we don't have much evidence to affirm that.
I mean this situation you're in right now. Weren't you listening? The world's in your hand. Then you look down and see you're standing on someone's palm. That's how it's always been in this world.
I feel like I probably should have responded with the other one there, but too late now. Don't feel like he'll tell us exactly who he is, so what's your point?
Oh, just forget about it. I'm tired of talking about it anyway. Whatever. I think I'll pass some information along to you. You're already aware of the fight for the throne of Bel, aren't you? Good. Then let me fill you in on this war you've gotten yourself dragged into. Of all the Bels that have appeared in this world, there are 5 left. The most powerful, and closest to obtaining the throne of Bel, is Belberith.
Wait, if there's 5 left, and only a little over a day left in the time limit, how many Bels are we fighting tomorrow?
And he has 2 of the other Bels accompanying him.
Oh, it might be too fast with Bels.
You know that Jezebel is inside Amane, don't you? Belberith placed Jezebel within Amane to act as his agent in the human world. It seemed his interests coincided with those of the man who founded the Shomunkai. You seem confused. Haven't you heard of Beelzebul yet? Oh, I may have said too much. Well, who cares? I might as well tell you. Beelzebul is the right hand of darkness. He's actually just as powerful as Belberith. But unfortunately, he is serving a rather troublesome force himself. Anyway, I don't know why, but he's lending his powers to help Belberith.
So Beelzebul might be secret, might be a double agent? I'd assume this troublesome power, of all the troublesome powers I know of right now, the only one I can think of would be God, if we're talking about opposing Belberith. Or potentially siding with Belberith. Oh boy, that would be interesting.
And since you're standing against Belberith, you can't avoid fighting him too, see? And while we're on the subject of Belberith, the worship of the Shomunkai seems to have given him a great deal of power. If he becomes the king of Bel, many demons will choose to obey him, that's for sure. You've got spirit, but if things keep going the way they have, he won't be stopped. the demons will gain a powerful leader, and the war against God can finally begin.
Is this guy Lucifer? And I'm only thinking of that based on exactly the way he says the war against God can finally begin. Sounds like he's looking forward to it. I kind of doubt an angel would state that, given they all seem to be rather loyal to the cause, at least the ones we've encountered so far. And if it were a demon, the demons so far have been written a bit more savagely than this. Not quite suave, so potentially an angel that's turned against God, and the most obvious answer there is Lucifer, aka Satan. Well, maybe we'll find out who this guy actually is at some point, but for now...
What a shame. Those angels are telling the humans that this is God's ordeal, when they're basically dragging the humans into their war against the demons. I wouldn't say humanity's not culpable, but you're just the spark that started the fire. It's not like I care about this stuff all that much anyway. Now, I wonder what kind of world we'll see if you win the war for the throne of Bel.
I wonder too.
I'm really looking forward to that. Anyway, it seems that defeating Belial will be your biggest obstacle today. I'll be watching your activities with interest, as always.
He disappeared again. Who in the world is he? What in the world is he?
A stalker, of course.
Well, Belberith, huh? And he's got 2 other Bel demons with him.
Unfortunately, the courts can't issue a restraining order since we're in lockdown.
Yeah, but we have to worry about Belial first. Let's get our death clocks off of 0 today, then think about what happens later.
Alright, 1530? I might do some free battle grinding before we get to... I'll do one more event and then do some free battle stuff. Probably talk to Amane. Also want to get in touch with Shoji. Maybe at Zero if we have time. In that yes, Sora, and in that order.
I listen to the ways the human mind has devised to end this. With that in mind, I will tell you his will.
Huh? What? God's will?
Oh, I don't think Midori was ever here to learn about Remiel.
It is necessary in order to save mankind. You must lead mankind toward a path of righteousness. That is his will. This lockdown began due to humanity's meddling in forbidden powers with demons. If the demons disappear from this world for any reason, life can return to normal. But is a return to normalcy truly the road humanity should take?
Fair point, since normalcy will lead back to the conditions that then led to the current lockdown, so... Yeah, going back to normal, going back to business as usual, is rarely a good thing when a catastrophe rolls around. It's understandable, though, but... Kind of want to go back to what's familiar and what you at least believe to have worked. Obviously it wasn't working, otherwise the catastrophe wouldn't have happened, but it feels like it should have worked, even though logically it can't continue to.
Could this ordeal be an opportunity to start mankind down a better path than that?
Oh right, Smith, I don't know if you've actually kept pace, but we are very deep into this JRPG. You've missed a lot of story beats.
No, that is not the way. You will become the next Messiah and lead the people to him by spreading his word.
Hey, wait! Why does it have to be him? There are other demon tamers out there, so why is all this falling on our heads? Why are you forcing him to make these decisions?
No other human can undertake this task.
But why?
He has defeated Belder and is qualified to become the next king of Bel.
That's why, but why was I... Fuck it.
He alone has the possibility of subduing all the demons currently infesting Tokyo. No mere human can become the Messiah. Only he who is human, yet can also become the King of Bel, is capable.
Yeah, can a Bell King be Messiah?
Being the King of Bel is unrelated to becoming the Messiah.
Fair enough.
Once you become the King of Bel, you are to walk the righteous path of the Messiah. Should you choose to use your newfound power as the King of Bel for your own desires, I must condemn you in his name. Make your decision. I will show you the path you should take through Amane.
We already know who you are, so what about Jezebel?
That's right. Isn't there a demon in that body too? One called Jezebel? How do we have proof you're an angel? You could be that demon trying to fool us.
Hold your tongue, human. Can you not tell the difference between angels and demons?
Yes, in fact, the comps categorize them all as demons.
Amane's had a power to hear the voices of the holy and the unholy since she was young. That is why Belberith turned his attention to her and used her as a catalyst for Jezebel. When I learned of that, I hid within the girl's body to seek out Belberith's intentions. But the powers of the demons given the name of Bel are immense.
Do I want the angel's plan? I don't have a full grasp on what the plan is. Being the Messiah is very vague. The only real clue I've gotten is to get rid of all demons forever. Or ostensibly forever. Like, probably crown me as the King of Bel, and then I issue the order for everyone, for all demons to commit Sudoku. I guess would be one way to do the Messiah route, but why I find it a bit hard to grasp is I can understand banish all the demons, and then we're good to go. You don't have a reason to be meddling with mankind anymore because we aren't meddling with other worlds. But if you want us to go down an alternate path, the only other path that's really been mentioned by Remiel is the one where God basically imbues a hive mind. And that doesn't... I mean, I don't particularly want that. Which, logically, actually, a hive mind's probably pretty good. I mean, all the cells in your body are a hive mind and they make up you. Like, they are a collective that forms an individual. So, I don't think a hive mind in of itself is a bad thing. In fact, it's arguably a good thing since it lets you have many bodies working towards the same goal. But those who were born as individuals and then are forced into a hive mind, I don't think I can say whether that's right or wrong, but I can say that individuals will heavily resist becoming part of a hive mind. Or a lot of individuals will. I'm fairly certain there will be some people who willingly accept it.
The injuries from the battle with Jikoku have healed, and Jezebel is growing strong. That is why I have turned my powers to place both Jezebel's and Amane's minds in torpor.
That's why we've seen you so often.
That is also why I have sought to contact you as well.
Then, what's happening to Amani now?
Do not be concerned. Human consciousness is more resilient than you think.
That is true, but also when it breaks, it breaks.
Now that Amani is asleep, there is no danger of her mind being taken over by Jezebel.
Yeah, human resiliency is an interesting thing. I mean, I guess you can think of it like, what are the scientific terms? I don't quite remember the scientific terms, but just there's a shearing lines? Basically, if you apply the same force from different directions, you can get different results, as in a material may be very good at resisting forces from the top and bottom, but not from the sides. Good job, Swift. You've made it through another year. Oh, right, on the subject of school, I don't know if you're into higher education where you have to specialize, college. But use the time you have to find out what you enjoy. To find out what you enjoy that you could also potentially make money from. Not necessarily. Because once you attach a monetary value to something, you can't really unattach that. So if you have something that you truly enjoy and just want to do it for enjoyment's sake, don't try to monetize it. But also try to find something that is monetizable that you can enjoy too. And use the time you have in school where you have that whole safety net underneath you and the ability to try different things to, find that out. And then to look up what's within that category of what you can like to do while also potentially make a living out of within your area. And then pursue that in college, because the issue that I've run into in my life is that I learned how to program, and I like programming to an extent. Not as much as I like playing games, but because it's a similar logic, because you need to program a game, I do end up liking programming because of that. But I end up learning C++, as well as some modding stuff, and that's not really in the market near me. It's mostly Java. So I have to get to the point where I no longer really have that safety net, but I still have to respec myself. So I guess do some experimentation to find out what you like. Find out what you shouldn't ever try to monetize. I mean, if someone pays you to do stuff you love, feel free to accept it. I won't condemn that. Not condemn. I won't dissuade you from that, because it's nice to get money for what you love to do, but if you do what you love because you get paid, it's very hard to decouple that monetary motivation from something. So find like a couple of things that you love to do while you're still in school and still have a safety net for parents and the school system. As well as being labeled as a minor, I assume. Honestly, since it's really just you and me that knows about Nights in the Nightmare, Sora, you can go ahead. If someone else expresses interest that they want to play it at some point, then sure, we have to be mindful, but for right now, you can go ham. But yeah, if you have those safety nets underneath you, should definitely try to make the most of it. Because you won't really know how to make the most of it until you gain experience with it. And experience comes with age, so just do your best to find all the things you like and what you can and are willing to do for a living. And then after that, find out where you can, in your workable area, not quite sure what kind of word to use, like the area that you'd be willing to work in, like either you can move there, or it's in walking distance of your house, or you can commute there, like whatever the case is, if it's a place that you can actually reach to and then physically work at, because sure, there's demand for C++ programmers, there's demands for Salesforce developers, which I also got trained in earlier this year, but not in my area, and I can't relocate because I'm too poor too, but also because I have to take care of my parents that are aging. So yeah, basically try to do some research in where you can work, and then what you like to work, and try to find a happy middle ground between the two. Yeah, I find some of my words may make more sense years down the line, and that's just because there are some things you can't fully appreciate until you've experienced it yourself. So, I guess it's more so just to say from my angle, I don't fully expect you to understand what I'm saying 100%, or to 100% apply it, just because you're younger. So you don't have the years behind you, you don't have the mistakes behind you to really tell you why we do things a certain way, or why we should have done things a certain way. My words are just here in an attempt to steer you in hopefully not the wrong direction, because there is no right direction. Humans learn not the right way to do things, but how to not do them wrongly. Gosh, I could have phrased that better. I mean, I got my point across with that phrasing, but I really could have phrased that in a way that rolled off the tongue better. Because wrong, not wrongly, that's technically correct. Fair enough, Schmuff. You heard him, Sora. You have the green light. Gosh, I've been rambling. Let's see if I can try and... No, I feel like you got the point, but I also feel like I should try to make what I've said, condense it down to something concise. Yes. Which reminds me of a saying. If you do something stupid and it works, it's not stupid. Which then reminds me of another saying, there's nothing as permanent as a temporary solution. Which kind of lends itself that... If you know what it means already, then you know what it means. But if you don't, I'll try to explain it. In that it has to do with how if you have a problem, you know there's a quick fix that'll, stop the problem for now, and then you'll have to implement a better, more permanent solution later down the road. Except once you make a solution, once you make a fix for it, quick or not, you don't have to worry about it, and you decide, well, it's holding up for now, so we can just put off coming up with a better solution for later. And later, of course, never really comes, because you just keep kicking the can down the road, and while you may know logically that's a bad thing to do, that is something humans have a very strong tendency to do. So usually the first solution you actually implement for something is the one that ends up staying for the longest time, regardless of if it's a good or a bad fix. Oh yeah, something I didn't... Sorry if this is a bit of a mild spoiler, but I think you're probably far enough in the game where it shouldn't be. But something I didn't really realize until late into the game is that the narrative is not told chronologically, but rather in order of importance. So, I kind of hate to say it about the first people you learn about at the start of the game, but it starts with the least important events first, and then it gets into more and more important, relevant to the whole overarching story of the world. So you actually, as those pieces just kind of click into place, you get an idea of the ripple effects of the event, and then you slowly learn about the actual event that caused the ripples. Which I think is like the only game I've played that actually tells a story like that. Although going back to the first solution you implement is the one that you're going to stick with, regardless of whether it's a good one or not. There's also the fact to keep in mind that you shouldn't pursue perfection, because you should put out something rather than keep trying to polish away the one thing that you intend to put out but never do, because you can keep adding more. You can see this a lot in the games in indie devs, or people who want to develop, or really just any kind of creator, especially amateur creators. They're just like, I made this thing and I'm proud of it, but I could do it better. And so instead of releasing it, they try to make it better. They try to add more features, add more detail, they try to touch it up a bit, and then they get to a point where they're satisfied, and they think, no, I can probably do better, and they keep editing it instead of actually putting it out there and being done with it. So, that point of good enough is a hard one for me to convey in words, because it is an experiential thing. Just try to keep in mind, I guess the best way to find out good enough is to figure out what the bare minimum is. Like, this is the actual bare minimum thing you need for this to count as a technical success, whether good or bad. Yeah, so I do have experience with it. So figure out the bare minimum, and then just, go as far as you want to go, and then check, have you met the bare minimums? If so, then you're good to release, and beyond that, I can't fault you for wanting to say to go back and revise it a bit before you do release it, but probably once you meet the bare minimum, just set a time limit on yourself or some kind of restriction, like, say maybe make 2 revisions, or you give yourself 2 weeks for it, just so you eventually do release something once you've gotten it up to the minimum standards.
I will say this one more time. His wish is that you should lead mankind and create a world of justice. Obey his words and become the Messiah.
Again, I still have hardly any idea what the Messiah actually is, so what if I refuse?
That would be unfortunate. The path to mankind's salvation will become closed. I promise that the lockdown will end if the demons are dealt with. But humanity's suffering will continue for all of eternity. Dwell on that as well. You are the only one who can lead mankind to true happiness and eternal paradise.
What are you gonna do?
I will give you some time. Let us meet again once you have reached a decision.
Oh, now I have both Remiel and now
She's gone.
Yeah.
He's going to become the king of Bel and then be the Messiah? Is this for real?
So we can become King of Bel and take Nalia's approach, or take Remiel's approach, or try to find our own path, or we can reject King of Bel and return to Server, follow Etsuro's path, and, just let all the demons be our I mean, it's going to be the same thing either way. I'm going to have the demons coexist with humans in at least a peaceful manner as possible. And how I do that, I mean, I can do it through King of Battle or through server manipulation, so either path, really. It's just the King of Battle is a bit more certain, though. Though maybe not. Because now I made it seem like once you become King of Bell, they'll all listen to me unconditionally. However, that Gigolo mentioned that they'll follow the King of Bell because he's powerful. Specifically, Pel said when he mentioned if Belbereth becomes King of Bell, which implies that the demons don't all necessarily respect the throne of Bell. So that does cast some doubt onto the certainty of that path. Then there's a server path where we still don't actually know how we're going to manipulate it, but at least we now know that we can get to the path once we figure out the how we're going to change it. Oh, it's just Kaido. It's just Kaido. Okay. Well, and we're going to delay our talk with Kaido by doing a little bit of grinding and some fusion. Because... like, I want to fuse, but I don't want to give up some of our demons. Like, Seiryu, I want to use the Aravata so it can cover up the force weakness. But then Brigate's going to cost, like, it's 13k, which is less than others, but it's still expensive. So many demons from the compendium is expensive. And none of them are physical based, and the Seiryu is physical based, but it is a serpent. Oh, it does have a Lek amp though, but it's magic as well. So what even? It's Kresnik, I guess. And you're strength based with no real weaknesses. Cool. And no passives are active, so we are, well, we have one active, but not a great one. Such a wasted demon. I mean, it looks like the dragon from Dragon Ball Z, just from the silhouette. Probably purple colored, though. It's got Constrict, though. But yeah, given the fusion options, it's not particularly good for what it inherits, unless I give up some very powerful demons like this Berserker. You know? 36 strength. Fucking hell. Yeah, 19 strength, 12 magic, 14 vit, 17 agi. It's got Mazio, Elec Amp, yeah, the Elec Amp and Elec Repeller feel a little bit wasteful. Yeah, his skills kinda are wasted, Sora. And yeah, that is an idea, Schmuff. I don't have the experience to say if it's a good idea or not, but it is an idea, and it's better than just sitting around and thinking of things to do, because that actually is something to do. At the very least, you'll get experience playing in an orchestra, whether or not it ends up being a stable enough income or not. Again, money, or to be precise, is the corporatization, which also comes with monetizing stuff. It tends to suck the fun, the joy, and the soul out of any kind of creative endeavor. So, that's why I say you should monetize what you love, so that way you get paid doing something you like, and that way you can do it a lot and therefore get paid a lot. But trying to monetize something you love tends to reduce it from a love to a like, because you can get burnt out on doing it. But also, you kind of have to do it not to what you want to put out, but to what your client wants to put out, or to what your audience or fan base wants to put out, which, when you're indie, it should align with your tastes, because you currently have no audience, so you just put out what you want to put out, and then people whose tastes line up with what you like will find you. But as you get bigger, it becomes more muddied, and it starts to become pandering to the masses rather than doing what you want to do. Which is why I think this is the medium-length explanation as to why I say you should not try to monetize what you love to do, because ultimately you'll get tired, sick, or even come to dislike it eventually if you keep monetizing it. But you should still find something that you can monetize, you can make money from, that you do like to do. Ripple effect? It's just the simple analogy of, when you cast a stone into perfectly still water, it causes ripples. Yeah, every action has a reaction. I mean, maybe there is something deeper to it, maybe not. I don't remember Black Knight Gunther, I just remember the bullet hell segments and the revelations in the story towards the end. Okay, maybe not towards the end, because I don't think I 100%ed that game. So I don't think I saw all the story beats, but I at least got through one round of it. Oh hey, we can get rid of King Frost for this, but yeah, I guess we'll not use you. Let's see, Kresnik. Yeah, I guess okay. Oh, I think I kind of remember that. I remember there being some enemies that could kill your units as their spirits, as they're incorporeal. Which, yeah, that was a real problem. Oh yeah, your knights do die. I mean, they're dead, but they can die again. Like, mechanically, your knights are all dead. You just have their spirits around. And using your powers, you can, I guess you could say, fuse with the spirit for a bit to give it a corporeal form so it can attack the enemy. But that gives the knight a corporeal form that can be killed, and their spirit will go along with their newfound body if they die like that. But I do think there was an enemy or two that could attack the incorporeal forms as well, which was a real problem. And the permadeath of units was also a pluck at the heartstrings. It's a very sad game. Yeah. I feel like pretty early on you realize they're dead, though. Or at least I did. At least I think I did. I'm sorry, it has been years since I played Knights of the Nightmare, so excuse the fuzzy memory. As I said, the details are very fuzzy, if not foggy or missing, but the overall feeling and experience lingers. Oh yeah, I think everyone did get a unique portrait, and they all have a unique story and unique interpersonal relationships too. And they're all permanently killable. Oh yeah, so, okay. I wouldn't say it's immediate direct advice, but something to keep in mind is that usually to be commercially viable in a certain space, you have to either be the best or be unique. And being unique is just being the best by default because there's no one else to compare you to. So yeah, having a lot of violin players... I mean, I'm sure there's some niche of violin, like a certain way you can play or certain kind of songs you can compose for violin that would be your own little niche that no one else really does. Or maybe you find out you're very skilled at the violin and you can compete based on that. But yeah, it's... You either have to be the best compared to others, or you just have to be the best by default. because you are unique. That's also, I think, lays into the part where I said to find something that you can make money from that you also like doing. So that way you can keep monetization and corporatization out of your actual true joy and passion, while still not hating your day job. Well, if you do end up with a day job, you could get lucky and find a way to not have a 9 to 5. But really gotta emphasize, I think, being lucky on that front. Because you need to have both lightning in a bottle and the right connections and settings, like... how to put it... I guess like viral hits. You have the one viral hit, the one single that goes bombastic, hits mainstream, and everyone loves it. And you don't control when that happens. That's just going to happen at random, if it ever does. But when that happens, you need to be prepared for when it happens, because if you aren't, you're just going to have that one single, and that'll be it. And you'll fade into obscurity again. But if you're prepared, if you have a backlog of other songs for people to listen to, if you have connections to try and leverage so you can get your other songs heard more of, then you could use that to propel yourself in way higher. Yeah, Dr. Phil. Honestly, this front, I'm speaking more so secondhand experience. I guess it was... Well, who I'm effectively parroting is Josh Strive Hayes, who... Again, he had some breakout hits that got picked up by YouTube algorithm for people to watch, but he says, it would have been that, and then it would have fizzled out if not for the fact that he basically had this massive body of other videos that were of equal or similar quality that you could watch in addition to the one breakout hit. So after you come to learn about Josh Strive Hayes through the one video that you got recommended, you also have a bunch of other stuff to stick around for, which will hopefully last you until he puts out the next thing. It's like, you do need that lightning in a bottle of the one big hit. Or, well, you may not need it, but you get that lightning in a bottle moment. You also need to be prepared to capitalize on it. Otherwise, it's just going to break out the bottle and there goes the lightning, and lightning never strikes twice. But at the same time, I don't think you should really plan your career around that lightning in a bottle moment. Just... gosh. You're getting outside my field of expertise, even mild expertise in. Because I still am effectively a nobody on the creative scene. Yeah, I mean, you could just take the approach of prepare for everything, or just to have a robust plan that can... Ugh. Some air coming up. Didn't turn into a burp, though, but was enough to stop me talking. I guess to plan around just a steady rise. Like, you know, you keep playing in orchestras, you keep composing your music, and you just make your, I guess, long-term plans as if you're going to stay the course, but... or... maybe? So what about drastic changes? Because nothing stays the same. Not forever. Story-wise, crap. How far back were you? Well, it is getting hot. I'll say that. You missed about an hour, at least from your last message, Alyssa, so... we talked again about what he wants to do. We talked to Remiel about what Remiel wants... I don't know if Remiel's male or female because it's possessing Amane. Oh, we have a further idea for the server route as well. So we have more endings, I guess, getting unlocked, but not explicitly. And now we're at a demon fusion because I feel like I'm lagging behind on the power front. Well, not lagging behind. I feel like they're catching up. Have to maintain our lead, our excessive lead. Anywho, for Kresnik, Vivian's not... haven't felt too great about Vivian. Legion I really just got for the compendium, so yeah, we can screw that one off. Orthrus? I mean, we could use Orthrus. What's the other? Rook? Lee. Do you still use Rook? Just Orthrus is feeling very fragile lately. I don't think we have another beast, though. Yeah, Orthrus is the highest level. So either we keep using the Orthrus that could potentially go to... damage-wise, still great, but defense, 245 HP is pretty small. Very small. Could use Kresnik. Alright, fine, fuck it. We'll talk to Kaido. I said I'd put it off, but its fusion's too tricky of an arcane mess to sort through. Especially without a lot of Maka to back it up, because if you have a lot of Maka, I can just fuse the demons we currently have and use, and then resummon them. Okay, let's talk to Kaido.
Yo, guys.
Kaido.
You look pissed. Makes sense. You hate me all you want.
To be frank, I am personally over it, but I know the rest of my party isn't. It would definitely piss off Etsuro and Midori. Might even piss off Yuzu too if I say I'm over it, so... even though it's not truly my feelings...
If you can't forgive me, you can just kill me too. I'm not going to run and hide.
You just did the same thing Keisuke was doing. I know that. But why? You didn't have to go that far.
Hey, aren't you looking at this the wrong way?
Huh?
He followed the path he chose himself, all the way to the bitter end. Rather than backing down, he held his head high.
It is just an excuse, but I'll let him
He
continue.
and I are alike. We both knew that when we had to fight, it would go all the way. He had guts. He tried to snap at me to the very end.
Keisuke.
I'm sorry for what happened.
Huh?
He must have been a great guy. If we didn't have to meet like that, we could have been buds. And he was strong. In battle, and in his heart. See you. You better live through this.
I hate myself. I couldn't say anything back at him. It seemed like Kaido understood Keisuke better than any of us.
God damn it, Alyssa.
We need to think a lot more about things from now on.
Let's go.
Atsuro.
Moaning and crying isn't going to bring Keisuke back.
That's true.
I'm going to do whatever I can now. That's how I'm going to make it up to Keisuke.
Alright, that does bring forward another... Wait, an event at Chiba Park that's not a battle, not a person, takes up... What? What is up at Chiba Park? Also weird. Oh, battle with Honda. Yeah, we're not going to save him, though. There's this free battle, though, we haven't seen before. Oh, it's on this map. And no skills to crack. What was I going to say? Alright, probably look at the map more thoroughly. So we want electric, curse is fine too. Electric, no ice of course. Force! And fire, we want all four elements then. But definitely fire, because you have the beefy elephants. Aravatis. Oh, there's a SIM card over there. Also, we got Kushu Lane's been impairing a lot. So are there any ice weaknesses, or are they all ice neutral or resist? Okay, we can probably go fuck off with ice. Yeah, Fire Force Select Dance. We are... Wait a minute, Yuzu has 12 Strength, which means she can equip Fire Amp. Fantastic. I don't know if Midori should use Shield All or not, and I don't know if I should use Healing or not, because Tailwind feels like... As much as I have preached about Tailwind, I don't think it's keeping pace right now. Especially with my teams tend to lack healing with either low magic and or no healing spells. It's a rough time. Well, Tailwind still helps with extra turns though. Alright, it was about Etsuro's saying it's true that crying and moaning about a person's death won't bring them back. Therefore, what's the point? Well, there's emotional processing, because as much as you should try to do things logically, you shouldn't completely ignore the emotional aspect, because we are, at the end of the day, still emotional creatures, so you shouldn't... Part of why creative endeavors are so rewarding. Because really, why would we have music if we were purely logical? Why would we have art? Why would we have video games? So, well, yes, you should approach things from a practical angle, but not a strictly logical angle. So it's important to not end up panicking, but definitely don't panic. That does you no favors. But you shouldn't fully neglect your own emotions. You know, it's almost like bottling them up as bad or something. Yeah, I'll not use Mothman. And have you go over here. Alright. Bufu, Miragi, Power Hit. I feel like my Jack of all trades is starting to let me down, but it might also just be they don't have weaknesses for me to exploit, which is fair enough. I feel like maybe I should... what did I have in the third slot? Dual Shadow. Oh, that might actually help. It might help out with my lacking DPS issue. Oh, there goes the Mikazuchi, and no wonder. And they all have extra turns because that's... I should put the all block on my team, shouldn't I? Yeah, Staryu is looking a bit weird. Okay, let's go for... Oh, it doesn't block almighty damage, that's true. So Midoriya is actually uniquely poised to be the real counter to these Dekarabia, but they're everywhere, so we kinda need to split the responsibilities on this. Yeah, so Shield all counts as hitting a null, which gives a high chance of, yeah, producing an extra turn. Or 3. Of course, oh sweet, Dual Shadow. Oh, there goes that cop. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. We're actually having losses, which is bad. Okay, Aggravate's probably not a good idea. I wonder if Pierce will actually go past the block of, you know, Shield All. I should probably use Mute like Makajama on. That should help. Ow. No, Berserker doesn't have Dia anymore. But Berserker does have Dia Rahan. Okay, let's summon... I guess Brigid. Brigid or Python. Why not Python? Yeah, no extra turn, but we get to still do double up. I still have dual shadow. No ice amp, so yeah, I should still do ice dance. See, when I don't have berserkers with the Decoravia, we actually can still hit pretty hard. Okay, can we recarm? Ah, sweet. There is someone to recarm. And then Vivian can charm. And then we will ignore the berserkers and go straight for the Aravatiath. These derpy looking elephants. Yeah, so again, we can... Let's try out Shield All, actually. Do some berserkering, and then they are... Well, look, we can elect neutral, so it should be okay. Yeah, see, that gives us an extra turn. That was a reflect, though. And let's do a drain. Let's do a berserk, because of course, get our MP all refunded. Wait, how expensive is... I might not be able to make use of it. Yes, yes it does. You are correct, Alyssa. Oh, it is fizz resistant. Oh, dual shadow kicked in. It's real cool. Oh, there's Phantasma kicking in. Alright, so Shield All, Berserk. They have Drain or Strong to that, so we are going to Drain instead of using our electric attacks. Alright, maybe a Rahan for ourselves. Stellaris. Oh, that is neat. Maybe I have Stellaris somewhere, though. I wouldn't be surprised if it was an Epic Games free one. At some point. But I will endeavor to remember that for after stream. Oh, right, speaking of games in stream, I do remember where I put my Nintendo 64 cartridges, but they're currently buried. They are in my room. They're just... I have stored a lot of things underneath a table I don't really use, I don't sit at anymore, and they're like in the back corner of all that crap, so I know where they are, and that's good. Can't easily reach them though. Oh, I hit end. Yeah, I should work. Oh, right, no lights. Oh, but Chaos Waves, that doesn't quite matter. A 93 is a week? What the hell was that resistance? There you are, 175. That's a lot better. Yeah, that's true. It's a large game, it is a bit of an issue. I'm not sure if Stellaris interests me as a game. I don't think I've gone for grand strategy type games. But hey, a free game's a free game and maybe I'll like it. I won't knock it. I mean, I might let it languish on my hard drive for months or years to come before I go, I wonder how if I have that game, and then play it one day. But I won't dislike it until I actually play it and decide I do. Okay, probably about time to get rid of the Orthros, as much as it pains me. Okay, so Aravata doesn't really matter. We have 24k, so these free battles are pretty good for Maka. 30,000 for Asaki Mitama. What the hell does this thing even do? Yeah, they just get cheaper as you go further down, so it's like at most 20k for a fusion, or 40k if we want to resummon both. Oh, Tao TA is a thing. You know, it's okay, you don't have great choices. Let's get Kresnik going. Don't really want to get rid of Mikazuchi because Kishi. Rook I should probably resummon so Yuzu has mobility. For reals there. Vivian I don't particularly care about, but I'm not going to get that much in good passives and actives if I use a Legion and Vivian. Meanwhile, the Orthros outlived its usefulness. For sure. Oh right, also the skill shuffle. So for me, that will be F, and get rid of power hit. And I guess I should go with Makajana on. But Du Xiao doesn't negate the cost, so it's a little bit of an iffy thing. To be precise, in other games, or mostly Etrian Odyssey, but maybe even other games besides that, when you have passives that say, oh hey, there's a chance for you to repeat an action, it is repeat that action at no cost, as in you spend the resources to do it once, but you get it twice, so it's basically random double damage. Or effectively random double damage. But not here. No, when it says a 25% chance to use it twice, it is 25% chance to use it twice. You get double the effect and double the cost. Which is not great. Okay then, Schliff. So I could go plus mute and berserk, or I could go plus mute and the all guard thing, you know? Shield all, nullify any damage once, null almighty, which basically counts as a null resist, so we have a high chance of doing extra turn shenanigans with it. Which is a pretty good reason to use it. Oh, okay then, yeah, so if I don't see you back, then have a good night, Schliff. I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe. I don't know your schedule. I'm not your mom, or your dad, or your brother, or your extended family. I am a guy that exists. Ostensibly. You don't know for sure. No one knows for sure. Who even knows? Let alone surely. And you probably Makajama on, I'm gonna stick with. But I see the utility of Shield All. And I see the downside of Dual Shadow. I'm not fully in it right now. Not fully in it to win it. Maybe Life Aid. Yeah, because I'm pretty resistant to everything, so Life Aid should help, but also... Wait, what was the other one? Right, Mana Surge, which should help with offense. Makajama on... But I don't really have a physical damage attack, which kind of bothers me a little bit. And it's like, why do I invest these points into strength if I'm not punching things? Could use Weak Kill. High Fizz damage to one foe with ailment, combine it with Makajama on. At which point we... probably want to use Holy Dance at that point, but Holy Dance is expensive for not much damage. Media? I mean, maybe Media. Means I'm only Fizz damage, but, well. Curse Dance? I mean, maybe Curse Dance. If they're weak to Curse, I can at least hit them with that. But what if they're resistant to physical and Curse? Well, then obviously I'm not the person to be attacking them, but I'm the protagonist. I should have all the options covered. No, actually, I can't really fit all the options. It is getting hot, though, and I mentioned that before. So yeah, unlikely overtime. It's supposed to be hot tomorrow, too. Like, in Fahrenheit, it's 90, which in Celsius should be around 30. I'm in a small enclosed room with 2 monitors and a PC rig, putting heat in here as well as a radiator. That's honestly the same size radiator as in all the other much larger rooms in the house, so it's, again, it's way too much heat. I mean, maybe Media, quite frankly. I would remove the need to put healing instead of Tailwind, but also... I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, I'll give Curse Dance a go. There's no boost for curse damage after all. When do you learn Elect Repel? 47! One more level. Okay, not too bad. Yeah, that Mothman's falling behind, Orthrus has fallen behind. Now the others are keeping pace, though. Yeah, okay, should probably fuse away the Orthrus and the Mothman at this point. I know I keep demons for a lot longer than this in the past, but I think 5 level difference at this point is pretty lethal. 90 degrees freedom. Yeah, if I remember correctly, it was like... It was a 5/9 ratio, but you also have to offset it by 32 because freedom units just arbitrarily decided the freezing point of water is not at 0. Is in fact 32 higher than 0. So yeah, you have to account for that offset first, and then it's a 5 degrees Celsius for every 9 degrees Fahrenheit. Which is basically almost 2, but not quite. Which is exactly like the freedom system, where none of these fractions make follow any kind of obvious sense. Oh hey, Aniel's here. And this oh, another dragon. Wait, oh, it's blood wine. Eh. And your stats are eh, too. Blaze magic. You have Curse Dance and Bufudine and Ice Repel, but you're weak to fire. What can we make with you? Aquans and the Python. Actually, that's possible. Or a Decarabia and a Mothman, but like, use the Fizz Mothman first. Wait, what about Wilders? Yeah, what about Wilders? What are our highest ranking Wilders? Probably Mothman, isn't it? It is Mothman. Well, looks like we're going to be out of Beast and a Wilder. Anyway, let's get that Aquan summoned. 24k. Okay, Dama Element Aquans. You have Anti-Fire, fantastic, and Ice Dance, because their next thing is an Ice Demon. Alright, and then we do that, and then we do this, and we already had Anti-Fire on the Python, so oh well. Let's see, 2617, 2617, 25? No thank you. 2617, can we get a 27? That's an Agi instead of Strength, that's neat. 26, oh, on Vet. 27, thank you. Wolfodine, Curse Dance. We can go for Drain. We can go for Ice Dance. We obviously will have Anti-Fire, so you have no weaknesses. And we will go for Mana Surge, so you have all the mana. So all really there is Ice Dance or Drain. Obviously not Holy Dance, though. That is a shitty skill. I guess it has its utility against the shield all, but... don't like it. Don't like... Do not like cost to damage ratio. Media, though... Nanometa, yeah, so it's Drain or Ice Dance. We have Bufudine and we have Curse Stance. Bufudine is, of course, high ice damage to one foe, while Ice Dance is 2 to 5 ice attacks to random foes. So, potentially, 3 hits on the same guy that will be absolutely lethal, or 1 smack that could be quite lethal in of itself, as opposed to Drain, which will, yeah, let's just go with Drain. Drain's a rare enough skill, we should keep passing it on through the line. Should be the pride of our heritage. Python thinks it's perfect. Well, listen, it's not quite PHP, but close enough. Man, it talks stupid, it looks stupid, it must be stupid. But you know what? I like that shade of green. So we'll take you anyways. Alright, so we have our Python has been dealt with for once. Tao TA's got Chaos Wave. Ho ho, we could have our Abaddon back, but oh no, the cost. Oh no, the cost. It's a unique either way. Doesn't matter what we throw in here, it's always going to cost a unique. Man, vials are expensive to make. Its stats are pretty middling too. That's rough. Weak to curse? The heck? And it knows Makach. Okay. Okay, that's just a weird ass thing. Okay then, Kresnik. Mothman and Culebri? No, not Culebri. Not Culebri. A Rook and an Orthrus. I'm probably going to use the Rook and Orthrus, but I also want to be sure we have them registered. Okay, that's View. Yeah, they're registered, so the Orthrus would cost 17k to summon, the Rook will cost 18k to summon. So, like what, a 35k summon costs? I mean, we can't even summon the Rook back, we're short by like 100 Maka. Oh no. Oh no. Well, it does give the Orthrus one more chance to prove itself, though. That's for sure. Okay, so ignoring that then, let's go into Fusion, let's go into Search. And I probably want to do some stuff with a Decorabia, just because Shield All is going to be neato. I ignored it at first because all the multi-hit attacks and stuff, but if it counts as a null hit and therefore gives us an extra turn, while taking away their extra turn, is a pretty good skill. What about Kudlock, though? A lot of Culebres. Mothman and Aravati? Oh yes. Oh yes. Well, maybe yes. Weak to fire. I have to poop, by the way. So I'm gonna put this on pause while I go do that. I'm gonna guess it's gonna take about 10 minutes. So I haven't really timed how much I poop, but on average like 10 minutes. So maybe 15 for longer ones. If it's a really bad one, could take longer, but who knows. Anywho, I'm gonna stop delaying this. BRB. It was mild diarrhea. So it took a while to wipe. Anywho, welcome back, me. What was I getting about? Alright. Fusions. Mothman, Aravata. Oh, hey, Pazuzu. I wonder what I use Pazuzu for. If anything. Aravata and Mothman. But we don't get anti-fire. There's gonna be a problem. An anti-fire comes with Culebre, but we just summoned Culebre. So, Wait, who do we... Oh, it's Orthrus again. Okay, guess I'll put a pause on them, and I guess I'll just do the Rook and the Orthrus then. Or, oh, right, because we can't afford to resummon the Orthrus. Yeah, I know I just had to... just spent a lot of time away. But given it's hot, we aren't going overtime, and it's 21:57, and I got some grinding to do. So I'm going to try to grind in what time I have until tomorrow night's stream. And hopefully we'll have some stronger demons fused, because we need some stronger demons, please. Maybe we'll finally get rid of King Frost. Who knows? You will, in about 22 hours. So, thank you for watching. Well, you may not be back after I got back since I took so long. It's hard to give an estimate for the poops. For P, I do know it's an average of 90 seconds, because I have timed that multiple times, from when I get up from the chair to when I get back down. It's a quick thing. Pooping, though, that's different. That depends on the poop. Anywho, you have a pleasant night and a cool day. I'll see you tomorrow night, with my AC also off, but it will be on when the stream is not. Very well.